Hey everybody, Mike Guillaume from Sons of a Pitch Soccer Podcast, back with you for our awesome live stream reactions, this time for the 401 Derby, Montreal Impact against Toronto FC, my hometown Toronto FC. It's my birthday, TFC's playing, I'm doing a live stream reaction, life is good up in here. So, Nick, how you doing tonight, man? Good stuff, good stuff. Well, we're about 5 minutes or so, maybe a little bit less from kickoff. We've got the starting lineups scrolling it down along the bottom. TFC is in the red jerseys, Montreal in the gray jerseys, and we are getting ready to rock and roll here in probably about 30 seconds or so. Nick, for some reason I don't have your audio, but I'm going to pull you in here in just a second. And we'll get things rolling on that front. But what a beautiful night here in Orlando. Looks hot and sweaty, and looks like a nice warm evening and humid evening in the Orlando area, Kissimmee area to be exact, at the Disney Wide World of Sports. So here we go. Players are just about to kick the ball off. They've got everybody standing there at the line, and we are underway. Right now, TFC in the all-red kits, Montreal, gray shirts with black shorts. Montreal is in possession right now, and we've about 10 seconds in or so. Montreal is still holding possession. This should be a great, great matchup, Nick. A very, very good game. We've got, the Toronto FC lineup here coming at you. They are in a 4-4-1-1 with Westberg at the back, Larea, Mavinga, Gonzalez, and Auro as the defenders. Midfielders, Endo, Delgado, Bradley, and Piatti, and Pozuelo, and then Akinola up top. No Josie Altidore again. So what is going on there with TFC? I heard another story saying that there was some type of, because he had not been training with the team for a while, that he was going to be, I guess, held out for a few games or so, but unfortunately, that it's a little weird to me. I think there's more to the story on that end. We got Cameron Young joining us. Hey, Cameron, thanks for jumping on our live stream here. I know it's late where you are, so we really appreciate you coming on and hanging out with the Sons of a Pitch soccer podcast while we do some awesome live stream reaction here. Now, the Montreal lineup, they've got a 5-4-1 formation with Diop in goal, Corrales, Binks, Wenyama, Raitala, and Piet at the back, Shom, Taider, Maciel, and Kyoto in the midfield with Yarudi up top. So a very interesting lineup there for Montreal. I saw a lot of tweets. The fans were very skeptical of that lineup, and I'm not 100% sure why. But that is Montreal's game, right? They are, they are definitely a counter-attacking type team. So I could see that being the case for them, really going to try and pluck one out there while TFC is up and trying to attack. But I don't know. It'll be interesting to see how this one plays out. The game that Toronto's coming off, they're coming off that dominant performance over DC United for about 85 minutes until that all changed. And that was not pretty at all. So I know TFC does not want to fall into that, into that one. But we'll see how that goes. Here, let me see if we've got you up here, sir. I've got your NDI source in. All right, so 2 minutes and 45 seconds into this one. TFC up in possession. Ball goes out of play for a Montreal throw. Nick, what do you think? What do you think of this matchup? What are your thoughts on this one? All right, so still working on Nick's audio here. He is not coming through on my side, at least to you guys. I can hear him fine in my headphones, but this is weird. Same thing as what happened the other night when we were doing the podcast there. So that is interesting. So let me just mess around here with this, and as we speak here, Toronto in possession at the back, building up that possession. Mavinga looking for Michael Bradley a little bit more up the field. He just holds on to it, goes over to Omar Gonzalez. All right, Nick, talk to me, man. If you're there, let me hear you. Here is Toronto, and a ball is deflected there. Alejandro Pozuelo with the shot. Looks like Binks gets in the way to block that one out. So, Nick, we'll try at halftime again. I'm going to just cut you out here, and we'll mess around with it at halftime. So hold on 1 second here. Keep chatting with our listeners there in YouTube if you get a chance. All right, so here's the corner kick now for Alejandro Pozuelo. And it's actually Piatti steps up to take it, goes through the defense, Bradley with a shot, and he shanks it off the left side of his foot, and the ball goes out of play. Nothing that Bradley shouldn't have been able to put home. That was a really good chance for Toronto to get in there. Let's see. Rocky has joined us. He's rooting for Toronto mostly because he hates Seattle. I agree with you, sir. And of course, being a Portland fan, of course you're going to hate Seattle. Cameron Young, really don't rate Wenyama as a player. Don't think he has the consistency to be a football/soccer player. that could be a reason why he is in Montreal and left Tottenham. That's the only thing I'm thinking. It was weird to me. There was no rumors, nothing like that coming about him making the move to Montreal, and then all of a sudden he was there. So here is Toronto now in possession. Larea kicks it back to Mavinga. Toronto with some sustained pressure here in the first 6 minutes or so. Bradley with a long ball over the top, and Diop comes out of net to take it and easily hand it over to his left back. And Montreal tries to build up some better possession here. So here is Binks for Montreal. Looks like Piet, he's listed as a defender, but he's kind of playing in more of like an offensive, like a defensive mid position, which is normally his best position. So interesting to me why he was listed where he was on the lineup card. But you know what? We don't get to write the lineup cards. Here's Larea down the left-hand side for TFC. Cuts back, puts it on his right foot, shoots, and scores. Richie Larea with a beautiful, beautiful move into the box. And just like that, it is 1-0 TFC. Richie Larea gets the start over Justin Morrow. Apparently he's got some issues, and just a beautiful run down the left for Larea. A cutback just made Shamit Shom look silly, and a beautiful shot into the bottom right-hand corner past Diop. Let's see. We got Roman M. What app can I watch this game from? Please help. If you are in the United States, you can get it from Fox Sports, as long as you have that connection there. Fox Sports 1 is carrying this one, or as well, Tuden is carrying it in Spanish. H. Huss joining us. Thanks for joining, H. Huss. Really appreciate it. For those of you who are watching, if you have not had a chance yet, make sure you subscribe down below. We are running a 1,000 subscriber challenge to reach 1,000 subscribers by the end of the MLS is Back tournament on August 11th. If we get there, we will give away a $250 Visa gift card to the random follower, random subscriber. So make sure you hit that subscribe button down below. We're pushing to get to 500 tonight. We're just shy of 400. If we get that 500 subscribers tonight, and get over 100 tonight, so tell your friends. We'll be doing a $100 Visa gift card giveaway on our next Monday night episode next Monday night. So look out for that one. All right, so back at it, 1-0 TFC, 9th minute. We are just enjoying ourselves here in this soccer game. What a wonderful, wonderful start for Toronto FC. Really excited about that start. All right, Roman, thank you. You are welcome, sir. Very welcome. Hopefully you get to find it. Let's see. Luca7755. F.U. Montreal Greasy Effers. Hey, you must be a good TFC fan. I feel the same way. Alesa Rossi, do you think Red Bulls will win? The Red Bulls, I believe that's going to be a hell of a match tonight with Columbus. I think they might pull it off. Columbus is kind of feeling like they've got it all going for them right now with that big-time destructive derby win over Cincinnati, but Red Bulls might be able to pull it off. Let's see here. We've got Toronto in possession again, still holding the ball at the back. Omar Gonzalez to Chris Mavinga. Let's see. We got some more comments here. Cameron Young at Nicholas Pateris. I think he does. Every player deserves a chance, and I think he deserves a chance to prove himself. Agreed. Let's see. HUS Earthquakes game yesterday was a series of bad defending. It really was. It was a really, really rough game to watch as from a defending standpoint, but a fun one to watch because, of course, you're getting lots of goals, right? So definitely exciting there. Now we've got TFC here with the ball into the Montreal box, across there by Auro, but it's blocked out, and Piatti chases it to the end line since it doesn't look like it's going to go out. It does not go out. Toronto over to Michael Bradley, and they push back to keep that possession going. All right, so this 10 minutes in, we are in the 11th minute. Make sure you like and subscribe to our video here. Keep us growing. We really appreciate it. Let me get Nick's thing here since he's not on the phone. Let me get him out of our picture. And, all right, here is Pozuelo with a nice ball into Akinola, who takes a touch with his left foot, goes to the right-hand side of the box, and then back to Pablo Piatti. Was almost through on goal there. A nice ball into Marky Delgado, who goes back, but it's intercepted by Samuel Piette, and he takes off with the ball, but it's given away cheaply to Auro, who then gives it right back to Piette, and TFC will regain possession with the center backs back in the back. All right, so where are you joining us from? Where are you watching this game? Let us know in the comments, in the live chat, where you're watching from. And we had a lot of different countries represented in our last game, so that was lots of fun. TFC up 1-0 over Montreal in the 12th minute. Westberg at the back. Shoots it right over to Richie Larea on the left, who passes it over to Pozuelo. Pozuelo looking for something, gets easily blocked by the Montreal player. And then Michael Bradley comes over to clean that up as Mavinga shoots it over to the right-hand side for Auro. Auro looking to turn around and go back. Goes all the way back to his keeper, Quentin Westberg. Westberg shoots it out of play. Westberg's distribution has been horrible, at least in the first game against DC United and now again this game against Montreal. I know that's not his strong point, but it has been really, really bad. I think that was something that a lot of people got on Joe Bendick back in the day for Toronto FC. And let's see, Alicia Rossi, New York. That's why I'm a Red Bull fan. Awesome. Good stuff there. Montreal now in possession. Kicks it over to Piette. He passes over to Shamit Shom. And then Shom over to Banks. Raitala, excuse me. Raitala over to Wayama. And back to Raitala, over to Shamit Shom. Samuel Piette making a run down the right-hand side as it gets blocked out for a throw-in from Marky Delgado. So apparently it went out before the corner, so it will be a throw-in here for Montreal in the attacking third. All right, here goes Montreal now in possession. Wanyama at the back. And Rocky says, tied up. Are you in front of me, sir? On my stream, I believe you might be. And here is Raitala. Goes all the way back to Diop. And I am going to reset my feed here because it did buffer for a minute. I got a lot on my internet going here. Oh, and Rocky says, yep, sorry. All right, so there looks like Montreal on the board now. 1-1. Montreal Impact. Romel Kyoto with the right-footed shot from the center of the box, and we are tied in this one. Alicia Rossi wants Montreal to win. All right, you're going for Montreal, so that's good news for you now that they just tied it up. And there's Nick. There's that impact attack, counter-attack. All right, so it was a counter as my internet dropped off here. And now I'm caught back up, and it's 1-1 and the 15th minute, almost the 16th minute. So rough going here so far. A little bit exciting. We got some goals in this one to keep us going here. All right, here is Toronto now. Tsubasa Endo on the ball gets broken up by Shamit Shom. He's got plenty of space now. Maciel hits it back to Binks. Binks up to Romel Kyoto, the goal scorer for Montreal, as I change my scoreboard here to show the score as 1-1. And now Montreal getting some good possession out of the back. Wanyama and Binks going back and forth, pushes it over to, looks like either Corrales or Kyoto. It is Corrales. Kyoto misses the ball, and it's broken up there by Toronto. And Marky Delgado kicks it up to Tsubasa Endo, who gets fouled by Samuel Piette. And it'll be a free kick for TFC. And Rocky says full field assist. Hey, there you go. That is exactly how Montreal runs. So hopefully they don't change their game plan, and TFC can continue to attack and hopefully be able to score some more goals. because at least 2 more, because Montreal's going to get at least 1 more on the counter with about 75 minutes plus a lot of stoppage time because we're going to have the hydration breaks and whatnot. Here is Piatti, goes over to Auro on the right, tons of space for Binks. Binks cuts it off, and it deflects off of Auro and into the hands of Clement Diop as he looks for that counter to spring that counter, but can't get it off in time. So let's see, Rocky, do teams that score lots of goals in the group stage do well in the bracket stage? That is a great question. As they show the replay there for Kyoto, and that is totally Montreal soccer right there, no doubt about it. Westberg should have done better. Omar Gonzalez had that entire right side covered. He should have been leaning more to the left on that one, but I'm just a guy in front of a microphone, not a professional soccer player, so there's that, right? All right, so now we've got Tsubasa Endo in possession for TFC as my power just flickered and went off and on, but I still have power because the internet is still working, I believe. It looks like it is, and we're still good. So sorry for the lighting issues. My lights just went wonky. All right, so in the meantime, thanks for joining us here for our live stream reaction, Sons of a Pitch soccer podcast. Definitely appreciate you coming on. Make sure you subscribe down below. Whoa, that is bright. There we go. Make sure you subscribe down below and get into our 1,000 YouTube subscriber challenge as we try to get to 1,000 subscribers. And if we get there by the end of the MLS tournament, August 11, 2020, we will be giving away a $250 Visa gift card to a random YouTube subscriber. So get on that and make sure you subscribe down below. Now, back to the game. TFC in possession once again. Michael Bradley at the back. All right, Jimmy Salamanca says, who y'all got to win? I've got TFC to win this one. I think they'll pull it off. I think they're really feeling hard done by that the last game against DC where they kind of let things drop. So my pick is TFC. Nick, what is your pick? Let us know in the comments there. And hopefully at halftime we'll be able to bring you back in a little bit better with that audio. But let's see. Nick says to Rocky, I think they get a little more conservative once they get to the knockout rounds, but I would say that's a pretty accurate statement. Agreed. All right, here's Montreal with possession of the ball. Number 25, Maciel, passes it over, gets cut off, and now goes all the way back to Binks, the center back for Montreal. Binks passes over to Wenyama. And now Piet in the midfield, looking for Urruti. Passes it over to Urruti, and it goes all the way back to Quentin Westberg. Quentin Westberg now kicks it up and gives the ball away once again. Samuel Piet centers the ball in to, can't tell who that is for Montreal. Looks like it is Safir Taider, the former Inter Milan player. And now he has possession, goes back to Samuel Piet in the middle of the field. And Montreal now starts to build up some of that possession that we saw TFC have probably a few minutes ago. So now here Shamit Shom on the right-hand side goes back to Wenyama. Wenyama over to Binks as Binks looks to get something started upfield. But again, this is not Montreal's game. Montreal's game is more of hitting on that counterattack. And here goes a long pass up. Omar Gonzalez gets in the way of that one and hands it off to his captain, Michael Bradley. Bradley goes back to Auro. Now up to Akinola, who's just being manhandled by Binks. Surprised there wasn't a foul there. And a long ball through, trying to find Tsubasa Endo, goes just a little bit too far. And it's kicked back to Diop for the Montreal Impact. So he gets the play started back again fairly quickly. And here in the head-to-head all competitions, Toronto leads 23 wins to 13 losses and 9 draws. So TFC has gotten the better of this derby so far. So Rocky says also, who wouldn't have thought Atlanta would lose to Cincinnati? Agreed. Allison says, Karen says TFC 3-1. All right. And Gaming Ultra 4. Hello, I'm new. Gaming Ultra 4, thanks for jumping on our live stream reaction. Definitely appreciate you coming on. So thank you very much. And make sure you hit that subscribe button down below and help us continue to grow our business. We'll be able to push one your way as well to help your site as well. So here is Montreal now in possession in the midfield. All right, and thank you, Gaming Ultra 4. Just got your subscription come through. Thank you very much. And here is Piet. Takes the ball out, and it will be a Toronto FC throw-in through Richie Larea, the left back tonight. He was playing right back a little bit. He plays left back a little bit, and we're just seeing a lot of, hey, there's Shooter McGavin. What's going on, guys? Love the show. Thank you, Shooter. Thanks for subscribing last time and jumping on again with us tonight. And as a Rev fan, you need Montreal to win. Hey, I hope you're wrong, man. I'm shooting for Toronto myself. So, but yeah, for the Revs, I think that will be a hell of a game to see the Revs and Toronto, and that last game is going to be a good one. And there we go. Rocky says, I think that Allison girl keeps flirting with you, Mike. Hi, Allison. Yeah, that Allison, she's trouble, man. She's always flirting with me. And I love the hell out of her. Here is Montreal now in possession. The ball goes out from off Toronto for a throw-in for Montreal. Shamit Shom looking to get the ball in quickly, but TFC's got everybody covered. Maxi Urruti makes a run up the right, passes it into the middle. It's brought down by Romel Kyoto, but cleared out by TFC. And here is Michael Bradley in possession over to Marky Delgado, Pablo Piatti, who's playing awfully far back on the defensive side. Gaming Ultra 4, my favorite soccer team is Club America. All right, we've had some definitely had some fun Club America games. We did a live stream reaction with them against Atlanta in the CONCACAF Champions League, as well as right at the coronavirus break. We did the Club America Cruz Azul, the last game before the coronavirus break. Here it goes Montreal now. Things have kind of slowed down, eased up in this one. And looks like we've got now Montreal just kind of slowly building that possession. As now swings it all the way over to Luca Raitala at the back. Tries to build over to Shamit Shom, who goes into Maxi Urruti. Maxi Urruti lays the ball off for Shom. He gets the cross in, but that's cleared out easily by Omar Gonzalez over to Richie Larea. And he's kind of tied up against the end line there with Shamit Shom, two guys from the Sigma Academy, and Richie Larea schools them nicely. So Richie, well done, sir. And here goes Pablo Piatti and Auro down the left-hand side, or actually it's their right-hand side. And let's see, John Donovan, no Josie. Amazing how things don't change. You know, you're onto something there, John. Josie Altidore, that man gets paid a lot of money to not play a lot of games. That is for sure. So, you know, what are you going to do? Here's a chance there, and an easy tap-in for Ayo Akinola. And if he's onside, which it looks like he is, it's 2-1 Toronto FC. Ayo Akinola with 2 goals in the first game, 1 goal in this game. That is 3 in just over a game and a quarter. Yeah, Josie, as we were talking about Josie there, John Donovan. Oh, he's clearly onside there, and he's had a couple tap-ins. The kid is good. There is no doubt in my mind that Josie might be getting a little bit on the hot seat there with Greg Vanney and some issues going on there. Let's see. We got Allison says, "Baha, Nick and John, I said the same thing about Josie." Yep, and he's when you got a guy like Ayo Akinola playing there, that is going to be tough for Josie if this kid keeps scoring. He's young, he's like 20 years old, and he's got some game. John Donovan says, "My lord, Toronto is well coached." Yes, Greg Vanney is a hell of a coach, and I will never forget. I was working one morning doing driving a route, and I was listening to Toronto Sports Radio, and they brought on Greg Vanney and asked for some listener calls, and everybody was, "Who the hell is this guy?" Nobody knows who he is, and I said, you know what, give this guy a chance. We need somebody with MLS experience, and I was one of the only callers to give any type of good words for Greg Vanney, and I didn't know anything about him really much at that time, but he has turned out to be a hell of a coach for TFC. Ayo Akinola, a U.S. youth national team player, played for them in the U17 World Cup, also was on the roster for the U20 World Cup, and unfortunately that was a rough injury for him, but apparently Nigeria is looking at bringing him in, and they are scouting him. So, Greg Berhalter, if you're listening, get this kid cap-tied. Get talking to this kid. He's good. So 2-1 TFC, 26th minute. And here is Montreal with the ball. I think we're going to have lots of goals in this one here, everybody. So thanks again for joining us. Really appreciate you coming on with us. We're a couple minutes away from our hydration break. And oh no, is that Pablo Piatti down on the field? It looks like it's Pablo Piatti. It is Mr. Glass, built out of glass Pablo Piatti. Hopefully he's holding his chest, so hopefully it's nothing too serious. And then, because if he's had lots of issues with his hamstrings and all that good stuff. So he is down on the field right now. While we do that, looks like we're going over for a hydration break as they show the replay. It's a hand into the stomach. There's really nothing there on that. There's nothing there. I mean, I don't know what he's so hurt about there. Looks like tight air, puts his arm out. Piatti runs into it, and nothing there. Yeah, it looks like, the wind knocked out Shooter McGavin. That's what it's got to be, because it was not a lot of contact there. So it looks like we might be doing a hydration break. I'm not sure. But speaking of hydration, I've got some hydration right here. Skira Icelandic water. Get it at your local 7-Eleven. Looks like, we are going to the hydration break. So I will put my my hydration break up here. And make sure you guys get out. This hydration break is brought to you by Skira Icelandic water. Go to your local 7-Eleven and pick some up. They've actually got it on sale right now. They've got 2 for $4, I believe, for the big bottles here of Skira. As John Donovan says, you are the man. No, you are, John. Thank you very much, sir, for all your support. And with Donovan Food Brokerage, nice premium Iceland Pure Spring Water and Skira Icelandic Spring Water. We've got some more here. Looks like talking about protests. Looks like there's a protest for BLM going on in Denver. Stay safe over there. And we're looking like we're getting back to Rocky says hydrate. Absolutely. Go get some Skira and hydrate. All right, so we are getting back underway. It's a free kick for Montreal here in the 29th, almost the 30th minute. Thank you all for joining us here. Sons of a Pitch Soccer Podcast. I am Mike. My buddy Nick is on the phone, but he's, I can't, for some reason his audio is not coming in. So we'll mess around with that at halftime after I go make myself a refill here from my Sons of a Pitch Soccer Podcast cup that you can find at sonsofapitch.redbubble.com. God, I sound like I'm just a salesman. That's all I'm doing nowadays. Offside here for Montreal, and Romel Kyoto just offside. It was close, but he was definitely off by a good, maybe not. Could be the angle, but it looked like he was off by a leg, but apparently not. Owen Parkin just subscribed to our channel. Thank you, Owen. Appreciate the subscription. Thank you very much. Tell your friends, tell your enemies, tell everybody about us. Help us grow, and make sure you like our views here, our live stream reaction as well, so that we pop up higher in the search results. It is definitely much, much appreciated. Here comes Montreal now in possession, looking for Romel Kyoto, and a towering Omar Gonzalez takes the ball right away from him. And now Alro goes back to Michael Bradley. All right, so now we got, let's see, Allison says, I got my Skira and Sangria on the side. Stay hydrated. All right. And JB, say hi to Lucy from England. Big fan of yours. Hey, Lucy from England, thanks for joining us. And thanks for being a big fan of Sons of a Pitch Soccer Podcast. Definitely appreciate it. So thank you, JB, for coming on. Thank you, Lucy from England. I know we've got Cameron on from the UK as well. Here comes Alro, and that ball is cleared out by, I believe it's Shamit Shom, playing there on the the right-hand side for Montreal, the left-hand side for Toronto. Now a long switch by Montreal over to Shamit Shom, the aforementioned Shamit Shom, and Richie Larea takes the ball over. Richie Larea passes all the way back to Quentin Westberg. All right, let's see. Rocky says, I love my vodka Skira on ice, okay, in a hot day. Absolutely. And my wife says, Rocky, that sounds amazing. All right, babe, well, there you go. We'll have to try that now, since you've got it right there. So here comes Alro now with a long ball up the right-hand side. Goes out of play for a Montreal throw-in. Maciel in possession. Goes up to Safir Taider. Taider shoots it over, and it's intercepted by TFC, but a foul called on Michael Bradley there. He's getting a little bit of a talking to there by the ref, so he might be taking it a little easy there. All right, John. Oh, let's see. Justin Bourgeot, what is Thierry wearing? He's got his mask and a black shirt on. So I don't know. All the coaches and whatnot have their regular shirts on because it's hot down in Florida. John Donovan says, or let's see, Shooter McGavin, who do you think makes it out of this group? I'm thinking for this one, I think Toronto and New England make it out of the group as the top two, and I think that that DC, Montreal, that last game is going to decide who gets out in the third place there for that. Let's see. John Donovan, Mike, this forward is much better than Josie. Why did they re-sign him? At the time, they didn't. AO was in the system. He was playing for TFC2 and in the academy a little bit. But yeah, it was not. He was not where he is now in his development. So. Again, I thought that was a bad deal for Josie. I really did. I was disappointed in that pickup altogether. I thought if they re-sign him, it should be a TAM level contract, not a DP level contract. But especially with how injured he is and all that. So here comes Montreal now, sustaining some possession at the back, kind of picking into the midfield. Maxi Urruti gets a ball thrown to him. Pops up, and the ref waves it on. Urruti's trying to sell the handball. It did come up. Looks like it hit him in the shoulder, hit Omar Gonzalez in the shoulder, but there's no handball there. But it does go out for a corner kick for Montreal. So corner now for Urruti's going to go over and take it. That's a very interesting look. They must be going short if Urruti's taking it, unless he's got something that I didn't know about in his game. And Wanyama up from the back. Westberg shouting at his players to get them set up. And now here comes Urruti. He does play it short as expected. Now the cross comes into the box, and Marky Delgado hits it down with his chest, and it's cleared out by TFC. All right, here now in the 34th minute, we've got Montreal building possession through the back. A lot of center back passing from Montreal between Binks, Wanyama, and Raitala there in the back. Currently, it's Wanyama with possession, and he goes over to Binks, and now goes all the way over to Raitala and through to Shamit Shom. So yeah, it's kind of that 5 at the back look. They came out with that 3-5-2, but it looks like it's more of a 5-3-2 from what I'm seeing here in this game and how they're actually playing it. Goes all the way back to Diop. Diop plays it with his feet. TFC player trying to run up on him. It's Piatti. Piatti trying to get something put together there on him, but it's not going to happen. Diop spreads it over to Alro. Tries to come in and cut, but a nice long pass. And here is that counterattack again. Romel Kyoto. Mavinga goes down with the foul, and a penalty is given by the referee. Mavinga is saying it's not a penalty. He thought he got the ball. The referee is given the penalty kick, and Montreal will have a chance from the spot. Shooter McGavin. Let's see. Justin Bourgeot, do you broadcast the Crew and Red Bulls? No, I'll be too drunk for that one. Sorry, man. Shooter McGavin. Yes, that's why I paid the ref. Good job, buddy. Miserable call. Yeah, looking at these replays, I mean, Mavinga goes for the tackle. There's no contact there whatsoever. The ball hits Mavinga's leg, and Kyoto falls over him. So, yeah, that's a rough one there. I would have to say that's not a penalty in my opinion, but I'm not the referee. Let's see if VAR takes a look at it. It looks like Saphir Taider is stepping up to take this one. Will the ref take a look through VAR? I don't think so. Allison says that was all ball until dude tripped over him. John Donovan, bad call. All right, so it's pretty clear here, and he's given the penalty. No VAR to overturn it. Here's Saphir Taider, and he puts it easily and sends Westberg the wrong way. It is 2-2. We have another amazing game brewing here. Rough call, but those are the breaks. And of course, where did that come from? It came from the counter by Montreal, sending Kyoto off on the counter, and boom, there's a penalty, there's a goal. That is how this goes on. So Montreal has come in with a clear game plan. Toronto FC just can't seem to stop it. TFC has got to figure out a way to stop this counter here. Or we're going to have a real exciting game like this. And I don't want to see an exciting game. It's my birthday. I want to see TFC kick some ass. Here's a nice long ball through from Pozuelo to Akinola, shoots, and TFC with another one. And it's 3-2. Oh, man, this is a hell of a game here, ladies and gentlemen. Wow. Unbelievable. Akinola with his 4th goal of the tournament, and Rocky says, ball don't lie. You are spot on, sir. What a pass from Alejandro Pozuelo. Ayo Akinola, he's going to send Josie on a transfer to somewhere, because wow, unbelievable play there. He is onside. They just showed the replay of that one. A great one there. What a replay. All right, so let me update my scoreboard here. It is 3-2 for TFC. 37 minutes into this one. You would think that these guys would, with Montreal playing 5 at the back, kind of, in that 5-3-2 setup, that they'd be able to defend a little bit better on TFC. But Pozuelo having a hell of a game. Ayo Akinola having a hell of a game. And, man, this one is fun to watch. So, what's the over/under on this game now from this point forward, everybody? Let me know in the live chat below. What do you think? Are you seeing like about 4 more goals in this one? 5 more? Let me know in the live chat what your thoughts are on how many goals we'll see from this point forward as it stands 3-2 Toronto. I'm going with about 3 goals. I think there's 3 more left in this one. It's got to slow down at some point. It's hot in Orlando. I would think these guys would start to slow down at some point, but you never know. All right. Lots of comments here. We got Jimmy Salamanca. Who do you like next game, Red Bulls and Columbus? That's a tough one. I think the Red Bulls can pull it off just because Columbus might let their guard down after really taking care of FC Cincinnati. Here comes Urruti with possession down the right-hand side for Montreal on the attack. Lets the ball goes out. It goes out for the throw-in for Toronto. Let's see. We've got and John Donovan trade Josie to Venezuela. Then he can complain about more things there because he's been complaining, and that's I think the reason why he's on the bench is he's been complaining about playing in this tournament and how it's hot in Florida and these 9 a.m. games shouldn't go on. And they had their game next is. The next one is going to be a hot one against the New England Revolution at 9 a.m. in their next game. Let's see. Allison says, let's see. Oh, we got Shooter McGavin, 5 parking cones in the back. Gaming Ultra, July 24th is my B-Day. Good stuff. It's my birthday today, as my wife points out. And then we've got 5-3 from Rocky at 90+. All right, Shooter McGavin agrees 3 more. And they're going to get tired and sub on Rockets. Karen says it's because there's 2 Canadian teams why it's exciting. Justin Bourgeot, I had 2-1 FC. I'm seeing 2 more and a tie. Okay. Gaming Ultra says 2-4. Battle of the Syrup pitcher. Yeah, right. There's one. All right, here's Romel Kyoto in the TFC box. Swings it out to the left-hand side. Tries to cut back to Maxi Urruti, who goes backwards to his midfield in Saphir Taider. Allison, did Mike tell you he has a bull name named after that specific Josie? I do, because I went to the playoff game against New York City FC, the first leg, and Josie scored the first goal there in that game, so that's why we called the bulldog Josie. Plus, she was a female bulldog, and it was kind of hard to call her Sebastian, even though Seba was my favorite player. So we'll leave it there. Elio Rossi says, I think Impact will win 6-5. Let's see, Alicia, I'll root for Impact just to make things interesting. Allison, that is divorce work right there. If you root for the Impact, we might have to get a divorce. Just going to say that right there. That is the rival. That's like Florida State and Florida. Here comes Montreal, but it's offside, and that goes out. And Maxi Rudy with a dumbfounded look on his face. But, man, what an exciting game we have here. And Nick says, I do believe Mike's bulldog is also is slow with leg problems. Yes, she is. But her leg is better now. So get some Skira, 7-Eleven, any 7-Eleven in the United States. Pick it up. It's good stuff. It's going to keep me hydrated so I don't have a hangover tomorrow from celebrating my birthday, because I do have to work tomorrow. .42 minute. Michael Bradley with possession goes back to Auro, finds Delgado, now back to Bradley as TFC try to get another one here before the half. Pablo Piatti, who's been very quiet in this matchup, takes a long shot from the outside. Diop gets a hand on it and then jumps on the rebound before Akinola could get over to stop it. All right, Owen Parkin, Canadian TFC fan here. All right, thank you, Owen, for coming on. Definitely appreciate having another TFC fan on my side here. I am diehard TFC since 2006 and 2007 when they officially started, but in 2006 when they got announced. All right, Rocky does it all. I do really like Thierry Henry and Maxi Rudy because he played for Portland. Yeah, Maxi Rudy, funny story. Rocky, do you know that funny story about Maxi Rudy and where he came from to go to Portland? So let us know there in the chat, Rocky. And again, Rocky is a huge Portland Timbers guy. He has an Instagram site. Check that out, at Talk and the Woods, and on Instagram for all of your Portland Timbers news. I mean, the guy's doing he's doing interviews with the guys as they walk into the stadium, obviously pre-coronavirus break and whatnot. But go check that out, at Talk and the Woods on Instagram to check out Rocky's page. Give him a follow as well. All right, here comes a corner kick now for Montreal in the 44th minute. Cameron Young, oh my God, I left for 10 minutes and so much happened in this game. Yes, it did. It really did. It's been a very crazy game here. 3-2 TFC, 44th minute. Here's Maxi Rudy again over the corner kick. Will he take a long one or will he go short again? Piatti is at the corner there. And Rudy sends in a very decent ball. Free header off the post. Binks takes a free header and it goes off the post. TFC caught lagging there because they really thought that he was going to play short, just like I did. And, man, Binks gets around. Looks like, was that Piatti he got around? Well, who was that? No, it was Tsubasa Endo, and almost makes it 3-3. As here we go with another corner kick, it looks like, as Maxi Rudy switches over to the other side. Another long ball by Urruti, and it's cleared out by Akinola for another corner. All right, John Donovan, Mike, the Fire liked real good. Lineda is the real deal. Poor Israel, their best team, just named Pauno the head coach. Oh, man, interesting that Pauno got another job. God bless him. And, yeah, the Fire did look really good. Pineda looked real decent for a homegrown player, looked really good. Hopefully he can sustain that and keep that going for the Fire. All right, let's see. Allison says, right, Cameron, it went down so quick. Cameron, that's the MLS, though, full of surprises. Agreed. He was drafted from Toronto. Rocky, he was not drafted by Toronto. He was a designated player from Toronto. We had spent about 6 months, almost a year, trying to get this guy to come over, Maxi Rudy, that is, to come over from Argentina and finally get him. Kevin Payne, the president, is fired like 2 days after he gets him. He comes on as a substitute in one match, and the new GM ships him out of town to Portland for Joe Bendik. So it was very interesting there for Maxi Rudy, who's now had a great career in MLS, but was a DP at one point and was a highly touted DP coming out, young player out of Argentina there. So, all right, here goes a throw in now. We've got 2 minutes of stoppage time here at the half. So now Toronto here will try and see this out with a lead. Won't try and give up any counters here. We got about a minute or so left before halftime. At halftime, I will hopefully be bringing Nick back on audio-wise. So if you hear any talking through that and our screen keeps going in and out, that's what it is. But we will do our best to get Nick back on there as soon as I go refill my cocktail and take a minute here. So here's Montreal now in possession. Raitala passes over to Maciel. Maciel makes a long switch over to Kyoto. No, not Kyoto. Who is that over there on the Corrales? Corrales goes back into the middle. Bradley is right on his guy. Piet now in possession. And now Shamit Shom over on the right. Richie Larea gets in, blocks it, goes out for a corner. 30 seconds left before halftime, so they will give time for the corner, that is for sure. Westberg shouting, trying to get his guys set up. Rocky does it all. Thanks for the plug, Mike. Follow at Talking to Woods on Instagram. No problem, Rocky. Thanks for being a loyal fan of the show. Appreciate it, and looking forward to work with you once we get things back to normal a little bit. Here is Montreal. Binks again gets his head on it, but nothing really there. And we have looks like the halftime whistle. And we do. It is halftime now. We will be taking a short break. I will be trying to get Nick back on. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back for the second half, and we'll go from there. All right. Yep, still not hearing you on our feed for some reason. All right.
Like, let me
All right. Yep, still not hearing you on our feed for some reason. Desktop audio, Nick audio. All right.
Why can't I adjust my settings?
Like, oh, there you go. There you are.
Oh,
All right,
cool.
I doubled the desktop audio. All right, let me talk here for just a second as we are still under halftime break. I am working on getting Nick in on, but I don't want to have some crazy echo here. So there is that. And now, Nick, I will shut up and you talk.
Hey, everyone. Great to be back, hopefully. Yes. I was just telling Mike that, it's been cool kind of cruising around social media here during this insane TFC game. People are already saying it has surpassed last night's Vancouver-San Jose matchup for the craziest and most MLS-y match that has been played recently. The one other thing, jump on Twitter. Follow us on Twitter at SOP Soccer. I just retweeted out. Someone actually compiled a list of everything Greg Vanney was yelling during that entire first half, and
I'm actually going to go check that out while I take us back to our little halftime break here. Nick, we got you on. Good stuff. All
awesome.
Right, back to halftime, and we will be back in just a minute with the restart of the second half. TFC up 3-2 over Montreal. right, halftime is over. The referee has blown the whistle, and we are back underway in this crazy, crazy game. 3-2 Toronto FC in the lead, but that is going to change. I guarantee it. There's no way this game ends 3-2. Here is Montreal now in possession. Wanyama comes up from the back, tries to get into the midfield a little bit more, makes a pass through. Larea almost cuts it off, but a nice cross in gets cut off by Quentin Westberg, the goalkeeper. Nick, thanks for joining us now. We got you on here. How's it going with Twitter and the chat?
Hey, everybody. So glad that I could finally figure this brand new technological wonder that is a microphone out. It's been great kind of just checking everything out on social media. And in fact, there has been a great tweet that's circulating around. We retweeted it out that has everything Greg Vanney has yelled during the first half. Not for the faint of heart as far as profanity goes, but I'll tell you, there's a lot of little coaching he's doing there, a little gentle nudging of Omar Gonzalez. I'll put it that way. So go check out us on Twitter at SLP Soccer to find our retweet of that list. But yeah, it seems like Omar Gonzalez was his target for a lot of his profanity-laden coaching from the sideline there. So, Mike, what did you notice about Omar Gonzalez? Do you think he had a decent half? I mean, Toronto did give up 2 goals. Granted, it was on the counter, a good counterattack by Montreal. So what do you think about Omar Gonzalez?
I'll tell you about Omar Gonzalez here in just a minute. So my beautiful daughter, Sarah, right here, just brought me a bowl of popcorn for my birthday to watch the TFC game while I'm doing this. What do you say to
Doing something
Sarah?
right, Mike.
Yeah. Hi.
All right. Get upstairs, make some popcorn for your sisters. All right. Overall, my thoughts on the first half is I think Toronto, it was clear what the game plan was from Montreal all the way. And, you've got to do better. You can't give up those 2 counterattacking type goals when you know that's what that's what they're looking to do. So I think they've got to do better on the defensive end. Again, though, they've got the offensive side of things going well. And that, you would expect, especially with Montreal trying to hit on the counter the way they are, you're going to be able to poke holes through that defense. And they did. Luckily, they're finishing. That at least they're doing. So it's, it's tough. I've got to go with, I'm a little disappointed on the defensive end. Omar Gonzalez, obviously, through the coach's comments, is having a rough go of it so far today. But I think it'll be all right. Well, they're going to, Vanny's a hell of a coach. At halftime, he'll get them straightened out. As we got a new comment here, Benny Ruiz says he's laughing and he gives the praising hands. Thanks for joining us, Benny. Appreciate you coming on. And make sure you hit that subscribe button down below to never miss any of our awesome American soccer content. Here comes Montreal down the left-hand side. It's Ramel Kyoto going one-on-one with Omar Gonzalez. And here he passes back to Safir Tadier in the midfield. He sends it into Wanyama in plenty of space. Or actually, that might actually be a substitute now that came on. I don't think it was Wanyama. Mavinga takes
Mike. We got 2 subs for Montreal.
Okay.
Rod Fani comes in for Louis Binks in the back line there. And Zach Brault-Guillard, ZBG, makes an appearance for Schmidt Schom in the midfield there. So if you didn't know, there's the 5-sub rule that is in effect for this season, which, by the way, FIFA just extended it for another year. So you will see it even next season, the 5-sub rule. But the caveat to that 5 subs is you can only do it in 3 kind of live action moments there. So you have to sub 5 players in 3 instances or at halftime. So
I don't like that, man.
we could still see 3 more subs. Oh, what? Why not, Mike? Tell me.
I think that's ridiculous. The game has been played with 3 subs for a long time. Why are we switching that up? It just doesn't make sense to me why. I mean, I get the surrounding circumstances and why they did it. But the fact to extend it another year, I think it really just throws a lot of issues into the game at 5 subs. It's just not, I don't know. I'm against it. Fans, listeners, viewers, let us know over in the comments in the live chat. Let us know, what are your thoughts on the 5 substitutes rule that now has been extended through the 2021 season? Do you like it? Do you not like it? I don't know. I'm against it personally. Ramel Kyoto is down for Montreal at the moment. Looks like he's holding his hamstring a little bit. with it looks like a tackle from Omar Gonzalez, who's trying to get back into the game since he was kind of running amok over the first half. As they show the replay here, Romel Kyoto, Omar Gonzalez just kind of runs right through him. That's definitely a foul. Maybe a card? I don't know. What are your thoughts? Card, Nick, or no?
It would be a harsh card, but I wouldn't get too bent out of shape about it, considering Kyoto has been the biggest offensive spark for Montreal, and it really seems like Gonzalez, after getting ripped apart by Vanny the entire first half, was just coming out to send a message. Again, if you're the referee too, are you going to let that go? I mean, is the next one going to be a yellow, or then you're inconsistent in your officiating, and the players don't know what to expect, and it could really derail this game. I wouldn't be upset if he issued a yellow, but at the same time, he's got to have Gonzalez on a short leash for the rest of this half.
Yeah, agreed. That might be one of their first substitutions there for TFC coming up. But who do they bring in? Because they had some issues at the center. And there's a nice header there by Rod Fanny, who just got into the game for Montreal, but he misses horribly wide to his left. A decent in-swinging cross there, but Mavinga kind of falling asleep along the back to let Fanny get his head to that. Man, there was a great chance for Montreal right before the end of the first half with Binks, who got subbed out, hitting the post on a free header from a corner kick from Maxi Urruti. Looks like Montreal's getting some pressure going here and maybe looking to get this thing equalized. Are we going to see another repeat of the 2016 Eastern Conference Finals where it was just goals, and should I say more goals?
Well, we all love goals, Mike. That's why we watch.
We do.
Not a lot of people watch and say, hey, you know what? That was some excellent defending. Those four guys in the back didn't do anything for us to remember their name. They just defended well. Yeah, we're here for the goals. That's what the fans want. And unfortunately, a lot of people aren't as educated up on soccer as appreciating the things like a nice defensive formation. But you know what? I like it. Let's see it. Bring on the goals.
Yeah. Here's number 26. That is Jorge Corrales in possession for Montreal. Gets picked off, and a nice long ball by Tsubasa Endo, but I think it's going to be a little too far for Piatti. Nope, he keeps it in. Piatti coming down, and he's looking for a cross. He sends it in to Pozuelo, tries to make some moves, but too many Montreal defenders in his way, and the ball is cleared out by Montreal, as looks like ZBG in possession, or was that Wanyama? I can't tell. Looks like Kyoto now making a run with Mavinga. And Mavinga, who gave up that penalty in the first half, Chris Mavinga, he's a dangerous player. All right, Jimmy Salamanca says next game, you said Columbus, right? You know what? Nick is going with the Red Bulls. I'm going to go with Columbus. We're going to go different routes here. I'm going to go with Columbus. I'm a little nervous because they just destroyed FC Cincinnati. They might come out with their heads down a little bit, and then high press for New York could tear them up. But for you, Jimmy, I'm going to go with Columbus. And Nick, who you going with the Red Bulls?
I picked the Red Bulls to win the group, and even if they drop points to the Crew, they can still do that. So I'm confident in my prediction of Red Bulls winning the group, but just looking at how hot Columbus came out against Cincinnati, it really seemed like that team is ready to prove some people wrong and to kind of move into the upper echelon of the Eastern Conference. So it's kind of got me nervous. And, Red Bulls didn't look their best against Atlanta. They did just enough to win. That early goal, it was in like the 5th minute, and they just held on for the rest of the 90. So it should be a good game. I think the Red Bulls want to win this game so that they can kind of set themselves up for seeding in the Eastern Conference when it comes down to that towards the end of the season. Obviously, you want to win every game you play as well. But we'll see, man. It wouldn't surprise me if that ended in like a 1-1 draw or a 2-2 draw. So I'm picking draw, but I still got Red Bulls to win the group.
All right. Well, speaking about picks, I'm hoping to do a picks and predictions for round 2 and 3 all in one together, probably in the next couple of days. Hoping to record it tomorrow. That's the plan. But yeah, it's been a little bit of a rough go of the picks and predictions with all these games getting moved around from here to there. So it really has not been pretty. But here comes Toronto now. Mavinga up to Bradley. TFC trying to get something going here, really put a change in this match if they could get up 4-2. But Montreal strongly defending here with that possession in the middle. Maxi Urruti now tries to get on the ball, but Mavinga beats him to it, goes out to Richie Larea on the left-hand side, into Pozuelo. Pozuelo goes back to Bradley. Bradley with his head up, looking to try and get something upfield, finds Alro, who then finds Marky Delgado, shoots it down the right-hand side for Pablo Piatti. Come on, Pablo, let's see what you got. He takes a left-footed swinger and a huge save by Diop to put it over the bar. That was a great chance from Toronto FC and Pablo Piatti showing off that left foot. Pablo Piatti, interesting talk about him. This guy just got brought in as a one-year designated player signing from Valencia over in Spain. He's stepping over to take the corner kick. Kind of TFC betting on themselves, right? It's all or nothing this season for TFC. Piatti and Pozuelo standing over the free kick. Piatti hits it short to Pozuelo. Pozuelo goes all the way back to Auro, who was looking to swing something in, but nothing there. Bradley now at the center, up the top of the box, kicks it over to Larea. Larea almost fouled, walks into the box now, steps over Piatti. Piatti gets a nice boot in there and clears it out, only as far as Bradley. But Piatti is, an interesting story, right? I mean, what do we see from him? Is he going to help TFC over the line? Is he going to be a one-year wonder in MLS where he really doesn't amount to much? I mean, it's a tough sell for Piatti. He looked good against DC, but so far tonight has not really looked the part of a designated player in MLS. Nick, do you have any thoughts on Pablo Piatti?
You bring a guy in on a one-year deal, and he's on a TAM deal, right, Mike? Or did they bring him in on a DP? Sorry if I missed you talking about that. They brought him in on a DP deal for 1 year. So that makes me think like, okay, they've got other things in the works that they're going to see if he can help them win a trophy this year right now. And then, hey, maybe if he does a great job and outplays everyone and, is a top 11, okay, maybe sign him for another couple of years at a DP level contract. If not, but they still like him, throw a TAM deal at his way. At the very least, it seems like they've got other things in the works that they're just kind of hedging their bets. They're saving their money for something in the future.
Okay. All right. So here's Montreal now. Nick, a little bit choppy there on your audio. Not sure why. Thinking that it's only audio there. But here is Piatti now coming through. Stops at the box and passes it back to Pozuelo. Pozuelo back to Bradley. TFC now kind of getting in control of possession-wise in this one. Here comes Montreal, though, as they take the ball over. Fanny hits it up to Piet. Piet trying to shield the ball from Pozuelo. He does that very well and kicks it over. So Montreal now a little bit of possession as Tyder kicks it over and it goes out of play. Auro shields it out of play before Corrales can get there. And from the crazy few minutes that we had, all right, we've got Tsubasa Endo coming off for Laurent Simon. So a center back for a midfielder, a very interesting move here. At bringing a center back in for a midfielder, I guess trying to bring maybe more of that steady presence there at the back for that counter, right? Kind of keeps him on back. I'm not sure what to think about this one, but that kind of moves, if I had to guess, that would move Toronto into more of like a 5-3-2, with those three center backs there in the back in Gonzalez and then now Simon as well as Mavinga. So maybe trying to hit from the counter there. Rocky says, Nick calling from an ear of corn. Oh, Rocky.
It is the Midwest. We're in the Midwest.
We
I mean,
are
an
in the
ear of corn
Midwest.
wouldn't be the first thing, yeah.
So I tell you, one of these games, I've got to not do a live for a TFC game for that next TFC game and just get up in my TFC garb and try and get on the big screen there, the big, the big scoreboards along the side and the ends with the screen trying to be for TFC because I just love to show off. Even though the players can't see it, the fans can see it when they're watching the game. So maybe the next game, that's what I'll do. Oh, we got
I'd love to see you, Mike.
Fan Club. Yo, sorry I'm late. I had dinner. All right, well, thanks for joining us now, WinVal Fan Club. Appreciate you coming on the last one and coming back on for this one. Here's a nice run by Montreal, number 15 on Montreal, who then just wings it. The ZBG just wings it off, had a one-shot volley, and it was not pretty going there. So here's Westberg lining up the goal kick for him to shoot out over to, probably just to shoot it out of bounds because his distribution has been trash these few games. But he does go to Mavinga, so it is a 5-3-2 for TFC. Mavinga there kind of looking like a left back, but he is still at the center. So interesting there. Nick, having a hard time hearing you, man. Are you here?
Oh, yeah, there was some I want to go off my goal, but yeah, there was some speculation early on that Zach Brody or DG from Montreal may have picked up play, but it looks like they were just saving legs using those 5 subs that they got coming in at the half. So hopefully his shank of a passer across there was just shaking the rust off, getting back into the groove, and nothing injury related. And to pick up on the play, you just saw the Montreal players look at an look at the box, and it's one of my biggest peeves.
Here comes Pozuelo. He tried to get through
on
there.
his preferred right foot.
No, and here's Pozuelo. Hey, Nick, you're breaking up like crazy, man. I can barely understand you. Here is, looks like Pozuelo tried to get the ball on it, and Marky Delgado over to Michael Bradley now, who goes back to Omar Gonzalez. Gonzalez is kind of playing that right center back position in that 5-3-2. Swings it over to Mavinga, bypassing Laurent Simon. Mavinga makes a pass, and it goes right out of bounds and right out there for Montreal. Montreal now with the throw-in. Montreal trying to bring something up. Alicia Rossi has faith in Montreal. She is rooting for Montreal as a Red Bull fan in New York. She wants to see Montreal get through, and I hate to say it, Alicia. I appreciate you coming on, but I'm hoping you're wrong. So here is Corrales now in possession over to number 25, which is Maciel. Maciel in possession in the midfield right at the halfway mark. Shoots it out to the left-hand side for Safir Taider. And having Taider in those types of positions is not going to be beneficial for Montreal. And watch, they'll go score a goal now any second, just because I said that. But Jorge Corrales now on the sideline, passes back to Taider, who goes back to Wanyama. Wanyama over to Rod Fanny as Montreal starts to build up some of the possession and try and take up, as Rocky says, Nick breaking up harder than an Adele album. Oh, man. Rocky, you are on fire tonight, brother. WinVal Fan Club, Nicholas, it was fettuccine. All right, that's my favorite dish. I almost went to Olive Garden tonight for my birthday. But, we didn't do that because, I wanted stabilizers for the RV for my birthday instead of a dinner. Selfish guy wanting things for his family. You know what I'm saying? Thierry Henry does not look happy on the sidelines. Nick, I can hear you there. What do you think, Thierry Henry? What are his thoughts right now?
Nick, his thoughts are. I mean, he's not as vocal as Greg Vanny has been.
Oh, wait.
Oh.
No, hold on, keep talking. You got better there at the end.
Okay, hey. Did my desperation somehow come through the microphone? Is that what it was?
It did. Now you're clear.
I guess that's what it's. I was channeling Thierry Henry, just the sheer desperation, and we're in the 63rd plus minute here, and he's just like, what do I do? Who do I put in? Like, where's the weakness in Toronto? Who can I exploit? Like, there's just kind of nothing going on. It looks like Toronto dropped in Simon just to hang back and make sure that Kyoto doesn't beat them off of a long counterattack again. Great move by Vanny, talking about how good of a coach he was before. So he's just trying to figure out what his next sub is going to be. He better do it quick, because if you're only going to get in the 75th minute or so of a game like this, you're not going to get many opportunities to make a difference as a sub. So look for Henry to make a sub in the next 3 minutes, Mike.
Okay. All right. That's your call. I think you might be onto something as well. TFC, I expect to see TFC make some type of move here. I know that Vanny's going to be a little gun-shy since, he made a lot of moves in that DC game and everything fell apart. But only with the one sub coming in, Simon for Endo on TFC side, I think, as far as what I see on the bench for TFC, I don't see him making many moves. They got Nick DeLeon who could come in. Zavaleta, stay away from him. The nephew, got to keep away from him. Erickson Gallardo, Patrick Mullins, Liam Fraser, Noble Okello, Griffin Dorsey, Jaden Nelson, Schaffelberg, and Marshall Ruddy. So if you want some speed down the wings to replace Piatti, who seems to be kind of hurting a little bit right now, then you might want to look at one of those two young kids, Jaden Nelson or Marshall Ruddy, or a more proven factor of, and as I speak, here Marquis Delgado will be subbed out for Liam Fraser, and Nick DeLeon looks to be coming into the match as well, and that is David Gantar. I can tell that face even under a face mask that he has on. David Gantar, the fourth official for the match here tonight. David Gantar, God bless him, he is one of the worst referees in the world. I will never forget being at a game that he refereed against the Chicago Fire in Chicago. It is Piatti off for DeLeon. So a couple of the subs that I thought might happen, although I wasn't thinking Liam Fraser was going to get into the game. Liam Fraser, more center defense backup type of thing here. So interesting. WinVal Fan Club says, who is the best substitute player you guys have? If you're speaking about my side from Toronto FC, the best sub on the bench to start the day, I would have to say is going to be Erickson Gallardo. I think this kid has tons of talent. He just had a hard time fitting in the TFC in that landscape coming over from South American country. I can't remember where he came over from, but the kid's got a lot of talent, and I'll be interested to see him get in. He got into the DC United game. Maybe he doesn't get in because of the collapse that they had, but here's Coyote on the left-hand side as it gets cleared out by Lorenzo Mon. Nick, take this over for a minute. I got to run upstairs very quickly. I will be back in just a second. Keep us up to date on what's going on in this game as Romel Kyoto takes a shot from outside the box that Quentin Westberg snuffs.
Well, thanks, Mike. Thanks for flipping over. And everyone, to all of our listeners and viewers out there, if you ever want to hear a very candid opinion about the officiating in the MLS, and definitely subscribe to us here on YouTube and wherever you listen to podcasts, because Mike will give you those candid takes. He definitely has a little bit more knowledge of the officials than most people. In the meantime, Montreal with a good run up the wing and unfortunately gets knocked away for them, but they retain possession and are looking to build a little bit here. My broadcast here is in the 67th minute. They get a nice shot off, and Toronto's goalkeeper smothers it, gives it the token laydown, kill a few seconds off the clock, and kind of make it look cool, get his jersey a little dirty, make it look like he worked a little bit today. So Toronto, again, looking to build up the back. I don't think they have taken a conservative defensive approach, as you'll see a lot of teams do as they go into the last kind of half hour with a lead. They know that Montreal can get a quick one back, so they're going to be looking to open this game up again and get that fourth goal. Meanwhile, you got Thierry Henry really giving it to his players there, wanting to push the ball forward, wanting to play it quickly, and not getting what they're wanting, not getting what he's wanting, not getting his point across. Anyway, we are looking at some new subs coming in for Montreal here. Let's take a look. We've got Boyan coming in for Rudy here in the 68th minute. It's too bad because I like watching Maxi Rudy. The guy he finds the back of the net. He's got a lot of different ways to score. He can strike from distance. He can catch you on a breakaway. He can use his head. Plus, I love the goal celebration. The archer shooting the arrow. I don't know where that originates from, so if any of you do know, please let us know what the origin of that is. I saw a guy in my law school rec league do it once, and he was from, I want to say, Middle Eastern Arabic descent. So I don't know if there's any sort of connection with Rudy in that, or if it just happened to be a coincidence. Anyway, Montreal does get the ball down, but it goes out for a corner kick. Montreal's just struggling to find an identity right now. Early on, they had the counterattacking, and it had paid off to the tune of 2 goals, and they're right in this game with TFC. But they have been struggling to find where they want to attack. It looks like they're concentrating more and more on their left side, Toronto's right, for whatever reason, if that's just where Kyoto is hanging out, or if that's where they want to try and pick apart that TFC defense. But so far they haven't been able to get a quality opportunity off that. So we'll see as they continue to knock the ball around if they're going to swing it back and look for those switches on their left side.
Yeah, so Winval Fan Club says the South American should need to play for Toronto too for some games. Agreed. That definitely could be a way to get him into match fitness and comfortable with the game here in the USA and Canada. Toronto FC now in possession with Michael Bradley as he gets just eaten up by two Montreal players and fouled. Yep, there's the referee gave the foul. Thanks for that. There, H. Huss says Toronto need to hang on here. Yeah, I don't think you can hang on if you're TFC. Nick, what do you think? Do you think you can hang on?
I was just saying, Mike, right before you rejoined us, that they're looking for that fourth goal. You'll see a lot of teams who are content to just sit the last 20, 25 minutes with a one-goal lead. Toronto knows Montreal can counter, and it's not Toronto's style to sit back like that last time they tried it. What happened with that DC game, Mike? Yeah, that's still fresh in their memories. So they are not going to be sitting back. Funny about Bradley here, the last stoppage of play, he was right in the official's ear, letting him know exactly what he thought about how he's calling this game. Typical Michael Bradley. I'm surprised he hasn't gotten more yellow cards for dissent in his career, but I guess that's kind of that veteran privilege he has here in the MLS.
I guess when you're Captain America and your daddy was the coach for a while, you kind of get that benefit of the doubt, I guess. Here's Alro now, spins it.
Yeah,
over
I wouldn't
to
call him
De Leon.
Captain America. But
What's that? Oh, De Leon with a nice move.
Captain of. Oh. Go jump, take it away, Mike. I think my feed is about 3 seconds behind yours, so take it away.
Yeah, so is your audio connection, Nick. All right, here is Montreal.
Again?
It was a good chance for Toronto FC. Nick De Leon made a nice move on the headline, but his cross gets easily taken away there as the substitute Bohan comes on for Montreal. He's in possession in the box, little outside of the boot, and Simon kicks it up and out for Alro to chase over to the corner. He's on the end line now in possession. Bohan shouting for a handball on that one. I don't know how. Liam Fraser now in possession. John Donovan says Nick has a bad connection. Yes, John, he does. We have got to work on that. We are working on it as we speak. We've been working on it for a while. Let's see. Rocky says Wikipedia says Wesley Matthews started the bow and arrow celebration, but it has been around long beforehand. It really has. Here's another chance for another substitution. It's number 25 for Montreal. That is Maciel. He is out, and looks like Jackson Hamel is in the striker for Montreal. So no holding on for Toronto at this point. He needs to, go after it for sure. Let's see. Winval Fan Club. Nick Patera says, at Winval, I saw that. I saw Messi went on a tirade after. He says, sad. Stream died for anyone. I'm not sure what that means. If I'm out of the match here or what, but Nicholas' stream is down. Okay, yep. That Nick, are you there, man? Can you hear me?
I can hear you, Mike, but I don't know if anyone else can hear me. Anyway, I'll stick to the chat.
Nick, are you there, man? Can you hear me?
I can hear you, Mike.
Oh no, there you are. You came through. You're just a little scratchy. All right, John Donovan says any team that has Corrales, the old Fire player, starting is in trouble. He is always good for a red card. He is a red card machine, that is for sure. No doubt about that one. Here is Corrales in possession, trying to get Kyoto to run down the flank. He does, and Kyoto kind of curls it out, looking for something in the middle. He makes a swinging cross in, and a nice header there by the new substitute, Jackson Hamel, but it's right at Toronto FC's keeper, Quentin Westberg. Let's see. Winval Fan Club, John Donovan, did the stream die, or is it just me? Let's see. All right, I am back connected, and all is well. Looks like I dropped Nick from the feed here, and we are rolling as we go. And now Montreal with a free kick in their own zone. TFC setting up their defenders. A nice free kick in, but it's cleared out by Chris Mavinga. Michael Bradley and Alejandro Pozuelo going to take the ball, and it looks like a foul there on Anthony Jackson Hamel. Yep, that is what that is, a foul there. So Toronto FC in the 77th minute looking to get a free kick off. All right, Rocky says bueno now. John Donovan, sounds good. Winvow, it's laggy as hell now. All right, so we've got reconnected. I got rid of Nick. Nicholas, if you're watching, brother, we have got to figure out your internet, man, from this point forward, because this is I don't know what the hell's going on with your feeds, audio, video, whatever. But here we go to a hydration break. So on a hydration break now, and let's get that guy going here. Make sure you pick up some Skira Icelandic water, available at any 7-Eleven in the United States. Pristine, natural Icelandic spring water filtered over the ages through basalt and lava, and bottled daily from a self-replenishing source. Nothing is added or taken out, with a naturally high pH of 8.88. So I'm assuming that that lovely high pH of 8.88 is going to help me not be hungover in the morning as I celebrate my birthday and get crazy here with the live stream reaction. And then I'm going to relax on my back patio and watch the next game with some scotch and just chill out and relax instead of talking over here. And John Donovan says it means Northern Lights in Icelandic. And again, you can see that Northern Lights video, or the Northern Lights picture above the Skira. Good stuff there. And pH is anti-cancer. Good to hear, John. Thank you for letting us know. Make sure you go pick up some Skira. This hydration break is brought to you by Skira Icelandic Spring Water, 8.88 pH. And go get some. 7-Eleven. Every 7-Eleven in the United States. It's available for you to pick up. 2 for $4 right now for the big bottle. All right, we are back, 79th minute. Thierry Henry with a dumbfounded look on his face. And it's going to be a free kick for Quentin Westberg. And he is taking his time in this, so it looks like TFC is going. Rocky says, good man. Excited. Soccer is back. All right. Winval says, how you doing, Rocky? I loved it so much I got 3. And Rocky says, good man. Excited. Soccer is back. I am excited that soccer is back as well. TFC in Montreal, the 401 derby here in Orlando. Not in Montreal, not in Toronto. Let's see. Winval Fan Club, did the drink replace my favorite nostalgia water, a.k.a. Fiji? It did. It actually replaced Fiji in all of the 7-Elevens. Oh, a nice cross in by TFC, but Diop gets his hand on it and stops the cross from going through. So yeah, make your new favorite nostalgic water, Skira, Winval Fan Club. And go check it out. Go get some at 7-Eleven tonight or tomorrow. And here is Omar Gonzalez down. Looks like he re-aggravated that injury. Looked like he had a little bit of a hammy issue going into the match. Not exactly sure if maybe it's just cramping up or what. All right, so I think he's just cramping up. He's holding the leg, trying to stretch it out a little bit. I think he'll be all right to continue for a few minutes before TFC can make a new a substitution there for the center back. So Winval Fan Club, well, I will have to go to the no gas stations if I need my 90s water. Nice. Here comes TFC, a long ball for Ayo Akinala against Rod Fanny, who he should be able to school, no doubt. He kicks it to the left-hand side, still in possession, but Raitala comes back to take possession of the ball. So 2-on-1, he got him. But here is a long ball over the top. Simon is in possession, and Liam Fraser kicks it over to Michael Bradley, who goes back to Fraser, steps it up to Pozuelo. Fraser gets forward. Pozuelo in the middle. Looks like a run by Richie Larea. Did not happen. Nick DeLeon back to Michael Bradley. Over to the right-hand side, a nice switch for Auro. Auro to Bradley, back to Auro with the 1-2 going down the right-hand side. And it's the 82nd minute at this time, and a giveaway there by Auro looking for Pozuelo. Now Diop in possession in goal, looking to distribute out of the back. Finds Rod Fanny. And then back to Diop to be sent up, but Mavinga gets his head to it, only as far as Samuel Piet. Piet over to De Leon, makes a nice sliding tackle to intercept that one. Gets his foot on the back of this one. And now Piet back in possession. Ty Dare in possession now for Montreal with Auro. Looks like a foul gets called on Auro. They were going back and forth with each other there. And Montreal looking to get something going here with about 8 minutes to go plus stoppage time here in the 401 Derby. Toronto FC against Montreal. Toronto with the 3-2 lead. A nice 1-2 there from Jackson Hamel to Bohan, who's got his shorts rolled up, making it look like a Speedo. And he takes a shot right at Quentin Westberg for no avail, as Westberg makes a decent save to hold that one there. Nice back heel there from Jackson Hamel, who's a hell of a talent, a young talent. Here comes Ayo Akinola in alone. Goes, chips the keeper. That goes in. And Ayo Akinola with the hat trick. Ayo Akinola. 5 goals in 2 games. 5. Count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 goals and a hat trick. And MLS is back. Here's your early leader for MLS is back tournament MVP, because Mr. Josie Altidore can't keep his mouth shut and he's sitting on the bench. Here is a nice header, a great distribution from Westberg, who I've been on his distribution all night. A great header from Quentin Westberg over, a shot from Quentin, kick from Quentin Westberg, header from Nick DeLeon over to a nice streaking run past Yuka Raitala as Akinola kind of gives him the shove there. So that might be looked at for VAR if that was a foul. Rod Fanny too slow to get back after Akinola chips over Diop. I think the only thing that's going to be looked at here by VAR is, did Akinola foul Luka Raitala there in the lead up to this play? I don't think he did. Those are 2 guys running for the ball. We will see how it goes, but as of right now, it's 4-2 Toronto. We'll see how that stands up, if it stands up, in just a minute. So FS1 has given the goal to TFC and given the 4-2, and we are blowing the whistle, and it is a goal. Montreal kicks off, and it is 4-2 Toronto FC as we stand. All right, Winval Fan Club says, why did they fold up the pants? I don't know, man. I saw the other Toronto FC game, and I was pressed by him a lot. Yeah, the guy has played extremely well. A little bit of an injury concern with him. He played well for the under-17 team in the World Cup, for the U.S. men's national team, the youth team. And he's been huge. He was getting courted by a lot of Bundesliga teams, but TFC signed him to a first-team contract and did well by doing so. So he definitely has a lot of skill. It'd be interesting to see if they kind of ride his coattails or go back to Josie Altidore. Again, you look at maybe the 2 of them, even though they're very similar. Put the both of them together, that could be something special. So here comes a couple changes. Number 22, Richie Larea, comes out for Jacob Schaffelberg. And then we've got number 19 coming on for TFC, Griffin Dorsey, the first-round draft pick in 2019, coming on for to be determined as we stand, but he is at the touchline. Griffin Dorsey in a University of Indiana. He is coming on for number 20, Ayo Akinola, Mr. Hat-Trick, Mr. Forward. Wow. Ayo, way to go, man. Great game from you tonight, as well as the first game against DC United. I hope the rest of the team doesn't let you down, as you were up by your 2 goals against DC around this same time when they ended up tying 2-2. So here is now in possession Montreal. Samuel Piet goes back to Rod Fanny. Couple changes in here. Looks like Fadi, but different skills. Yeah, you could say that. Here is Okonkwo, the new sub for Montreal. He is on. Origi Okonkwo comes in for Montreal up top. So they now have, I believe, 2 or 3 up top, as it's 4-2. And TFC, Nick De Leon with a great pass up to Alejandro Pozuelo, who makes a little run. And he's got 3, Montreal 4 now, comes in to make the tackle as Jorge Corrales kicks the ball out of bounds after 4 players on him. Ayo Akinola getting lots of love over on the TFC sideline. That is for sure. Griffin Dorsey now with the throw in here for TFC over to Alejandro Pozuelo. Back to Griffin Dorsey, who goes into De Leon. De Leon with a nice switch over to the left, over for Auro. Auro steps over the halfway line, makes a little dummy pass. Piet makes him look silly, and then steps back. It makes him look silly again. Liam Fraser back to Michael Bradley. Michael Bradley looking for the switch over to the right-hand side to Pozuelo. Pozuelo drops it off for Dorsey. Dorsey now in possession, goes over to De Leon. De Leon, really nothing going on here for TFC in this attack, just holding possession as Dorsey plays the ball out of bounds for a Montreal throw-in. So Griffin Dorsey, as a young kid who's a draft pick, in your first minutes for TFC with the first team, you do not want to just drop the ball off like that out of bounds. That does not help you. Nick Pateras says Akinola still not cap-tied internationally, eligible for U.S., Canada, and Nigeria. That is correct, Nick. He is eligible for Canada. I don't see him going that route. It's either the U.S. or Nigeria at this point, especially with the Eagles in Nigeria making a push for him. Berhalter needs to get on the phone and get this guy locked up. He's got talent. That much is clear, especially for a 20-year-old kid at at this level in MLS's back to have 5 goals, which is by far enough for the Golden Boot standings so far. I don't know what they are. Nick, look that up while we're there. Let's see. We got wow, Winval Van Club. Wow, he should do what the Ajax American did. Agreed. Rocky does it all. If Nick can't connect, we should try to go live together. Let's talk about it later. Rocky down with definitely another Skype call here with Nick. Let's see if we can get it going from our phones. Maybe that'll work a little bit better. Here is Bohan, now in possession, sends it down for Corrales over in the corner. He goes back to Bohan. Bohan inside the tight air, tries to wait for a run, but nothing really coming from it. Jackson Hamel in possession, almost gives it away, and then kicks it out of bounds for a TFC throw. TFC now 88-30. We've got, I would say, probably 2 to maybe 5 minutes of stoppage time, if I had to guess, with 1 goal and a bunch of substitutes here in the second half. Would be my guess, probably about 5 minutes or so. So TFC is looking at about 6 minutes in time to go in this one to pull off a victory in the MLS is Back tournament, Group C. That would put them in the lead in Group C with New England right there behind them at 3 points. Ball goes out of play for a Montreal throw. Here is Corrales now in possession for Montreal, trying to get something back. Now Origi Okonkwo has Corrales making a quick run, but it stopped and it's offside. Okonkwo is offside for Montreal. It'll be a free kick for Toronto as we get closer and closer to stoppage time. All right, Nick says MLS is back turning leading scorer. Akinola with 5, Mueller with 3, Zardes and Memo Rodriguez with 2. All right, so depending on what Zardes does tonight and Memo Rodriguez for Houston does in the next couple of nights, that Akinola could be taking the golden boot here in the MLS is back tournament. You want to talk about some European-type headlines here. This kid will be looking like... he'll be getting a nice deal and nice offers from Europe if he can hang on to a golden boot title in the MLS's back tournament. 5 minutes of stoppage time. I was spot on with that one. Rocky says, Winval Fan Club, for sure, early game was crazy. Here is the screen is on Corrales now. Michael Bradley in possession for the free kick. Goes over to Alejandro Pozuelo. Greg Vanney will not be making any early substitutions, that is for sure, in the next game against New England. I can bet on that one. Diop now hands over to Wanyama. Goes over to Taider. Taider in possession now. Over to Okonkwo and back to Taider as Montreal tries to get something going here. So if you're still on here, we've got 12 of you still with us. Make sure you subscribe down below. If we reach 1,000 subscribers by the end of the MLS is Back tournament on August 11th, one subscriber will be randomly drawn to win a $250 Visa gift card. So get on that. Tell your friends about it. It's one click, and you got a chance at $250. So get on it, subscribe, tell your friends about it, and we will get somebody a $250 Visa gift card. Now back to the action here. Here's TFC. Rod Fanny clears it out, no problem. They're in the box, and Montreal tries to get something going. 91-25. Montreal now with a little bit of a foul there. Yep, a foul on Schaffelberg, the Toronto FC youngster, on Sammy Piet. And now TFC will have a free kick that they will be in 0% hurry status, that's for sure. So looks like Rocky and Winval going back and forth. I loved waking up to Seattle losing after Portland winning 100%. Winval, oof, I hated that. I wanted Jordan Morris to do better if he played. You had Atlanta losing by 3. Yeah, I had 4-1. Damn. Yeah, so that's impressive. My lord, I hope we are done with Josie. Agreed, John. I hope we are as well. I love Josie Altidore. He brought us a cup. He got that goal. But he's just not worth the money in today's MLS in that DP spot when you're going to play a third of the games for your team. So especially when you got a guy like Ayo Ekanoli, you free up a spot. You've got Pozuelo and Michael Bradley on a TAM, Piatti, who's going to be on a TAM next year. You go after a big-time striker or two. That could make a big difference for TFC going forward. Josie, I love you, man, but it might be time to move on, especially after seeing Ayo Akinola step up the way he has in this tournament. So 93rd minute, and the ball goes out for a corner kick for Montreal. Let's see if Montreal can get one back here on Toronto's defense. It was 3-2 in like the 35th minute, and now we've only had one goal in 60 minutes plus. So the ref is pointing to the ear. Maybe he has something to talk about. Westberg is setting up his defense here. 93-10 on the clock, and we're going to VAR. Will this be a handball in the box? What's going on here? Looks like the referee, Marufo, is going over to VAR. They're looking at possible handball here on the corner kick. He didn't have to look at it very hard at all. He VARs it, and yes, it's a handball on Laurent Simon, and yes, that is clear as day. He's sliding in, he puts his arm up, and that is a handball. So a penalty kick for Montreal in the 94th minute. Laurent, God bless you. You had a hell of a playoffs in 2019, but you're just past your time. That's how it goes. So here is the Montreal player. It is Saphir Taider stepping up for the penalty. Remember, he had a chance, but it got ruled off for offside in the first half. Taider steps up for the penalty kick, and he puts it home over Quentin Westberg. It is now 4-3 in this one with about a minute plus whatever else they add for stoppage time. So probably about the next 2 minutes. So will TFC hold on, or will they give up another late goal as an equalizer against Montreal and let their fans down once again? I don't know. I'm hoping they can stick with it here. It is 4-3 in this barn burner of a matchup, just like last night's matchup of 4-3. Here's a long ball over the top. Montreal plays it out. And now here's Schaffelberg in possession. Goes back to the Montreal player all the way back to Diop. And he plays it forward. All right, as WinVal Fan Club says he needs to play for the USA national team 3 more times and then retire. He's getting up there in age. Maybe go to Qatar for career end. I don't even see him getting that far, honestly. Here is a header out by TFC and a Montreal throw, 95-36 on the clock. Diop playing way out of his box, looking for a long ball up. And it's cut off by Griffin Dorsey, giving up the body for a throw-in. Here comes number 26 for Montreal. Throws it in. And TFC just hanging on for dear life here. Luca Raitala at the back, sends it up. And Corrales goes out wide, across into the box. A run there and a foul. Looks like on the Montreal player it is. And goes out of bounds. So that is a foul. It will be a free kick. Quentin Westberg will take his time with this one to try and get this to the end of the match to hold on for all 3 points for TFC, which would be a huge derby victory and a great 3 points for Toronto in those regular season standings if these games count for the regular season standings, because there's been some talk that they might, even though they said that these group games will count towards the standings, maybe they won't because FC Dallas and Nashville being out of the tournament. Nick Pateris, great talking to everyone tonight. Enjoy the late matches and see you at the next broadcast. As this long pass goes out by Westberg. And he blows the final whistle. TFC with the victory, 4-3 over Montreal. Absolutely fantastic as Vanny puts his mask back on, then pulls it down and shakes some hands. Ayo Akinola, the hero for Toronto FC. 4-3 final. That is it. WinVal Fan Club says, see ya. Peace, guys. Thanks for joining. Appreciate you guys hanging out with us tonight. Make sure, if you have not done so, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, and we will talk to you guys very soon. Possibly we'll be here Saturday night for a live for the El Tráfico LAFC against LA Galaxy. Hopefully it will be a great match just like this one was tonight. So we will talk to you guys very, very soon, and enjoy the rest of your night. I know I will. Talk to you later, guys.